Hello ladies, good evening. This is Caddy here to share with you my fourth process video for this layout, which I titled Family Dinner. I'm going to begin by showing you these two pages which are going to go together with this layout in my album. It was all the same day from a cruise that we went on last summer, and this is just the dinner that we had that night on the cruise. So I picked these two pictures. I'm going to start by matting them on this gray, it's like a dark gray cardstock, which I usually do. So I'm just adding a thin border to that. And I am going to make this layout an 8.5 by 11, which I don't usually do, but I've seen a lot of people doing it lately, and I thought, hey, you know what, I'll give it a try. And I think it's just going to add some interest to my album. There's different sizes of pages, and you know, it's kind of a way to scrapbook a little bit quicker because you don't have to add so much to a page because it is smaller. This layout took me 45 minutes to make, and obviously I've sped up the video, but it was 45 minutes. And I'm just showing you all these papers that I pulled from this packet, and this is a 6x6 paper pad from Amy Tangerine. And it doesn't have a name. I don't know if it's just a collection of her different papers. And then I'm just using this rubber stamp, which has a, what is that called? Next, and I'm just inking that with some blue memento ink, and that stamp was from Delta rubber stamps, and it is crackled background is what it's called. And then I just stamped it with some blue ink, and then I'm just kind of messing around with the papers. It takes me a while to kind of decide what I want to do, and I just start, you're going to see me placing things, and I don't end up leaving things the way that I place them, so just mess around with it a little bit. And then I took out this Martha Stewart chevron punch, which I got some time ago, and I absolutely love it. I think it is so pretty, and I wanted to use it because I don't use it as often as I would like, and I wanted to incorporate it somehow, so I'm just punching out this paper. And I'm going to keep those two pieces of scraps because I will use those in my layout. And then I thought about just putting some of that green, it's like a green polka dot with white polka dots behind that, but I eventually removed that and scratched that idea completely. And then again, I'm just messing with the pictures, and I decide to mat that photo on that paper. It's like a tan paper, and then it just has frames in all different colors, so it's very pretty. And then this paper is just an off-white with hearts, and colored hearts, and that is all from the Amy Tangerine paper pad. So I start to fuss around with this a bit, and I can't quite decide what I want to do. Now I want to incorporate circles somehow, because on my other layouts, which will be together with this layout in my album, I do use circles. So I wanted to incorporate them somehow, but yeah, at this point I can't figure out what I want to do exactly, so I'm just kind of messing around with it. And then you're going to see that I'm just going to put it off to the side and just forget about it for a few minutes and do something else. I'm going to work on my title. And what I'm just taking here is some embossing powder. This is the Hampton Art embossing powder set that I have. And I'm going to take out this Teresa Collins stencil, and I'm going to stencil that word, that family word, with some Versamark, and this is just the Versamark, which is just the embossing ink. So I'm just getting that on there, and I'm sure there's another embossing ink that isn't that pad to do that, but I don't have that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these two blue colors, and I'm gonna kind of do like an ombre effect, but I'm just gonna go you know, dark blue, light blue, dark blue, light blue, and just emboss it like that. I thought it was cute. It gave it something a little different. Putting away my excess embossing powder, and I'm just going to bring that up to the camera now just so you can see how it embosses, even though my camera doesn't really give you a good view, but yeah, just melts the embossing powder, the heat tool. And I really liked how that came out. I thought that was really cute. So here I go again. I'm going to start fussing around with my pictures again, and just trying to decide. And then I decide to take that green paper off. And then I just start playing with it and just trying to decide what to do. And then I'm just going to finish my title. I'm just taking these American Crafts letter stickers, and I'm just going to write dinner. And really I wasn't the only family dinner we had. It was a cruise, so we had family dinner every night, but this is the first dinner of that cruise that I'm scrapbooking, so I just titled it that. And then I'm taking some of this. It's the duct tape brand tape, and it's the fabric tape. So it's this one is blue with some it's a darker blue with some light blue polka dots on it. And I'm just taking that and doing a little banner edges on it. And I'm just going to place that under my photo, and that's, I'm showing you, it's the duct tape brand. And then I'm going to fuss around with that top corner. I add that, and then I decided I wanted to add this. This is yellow of the same fabric duct tape brand, and it's yellow, and it has white polka dots on it. And then I'm fussing with that, and then you'll see me move that up a little bit later. I'll fuss with that again. And then I'm taking these Heidi Swap stamps, which I just got not too long ago, I think about a week ago. And I'm going to take those stamps, and I'm going to use on that top fabric. And I have a hard time removing this from that plastic backing. I was trying to remove the bigger one that I used, but it just wasn't coming off, so I went for the smaller one. And I got this small little stamp, and this one just says noted, and it has a little star, and I'm just using the same blue ink that I used with that crackled stamp. And I'm just stamping that up there, and then now I'm going to fuss around with the other one, and it takes me a few minutes to get that off of there. I didn't want to rip the stamp, even though I know those are really tough, but I didn't want to pull it too hard and rip it or break it. So I'm just stamping right there next to my picture, and it just says in the same blue color, and it says cherish each day. And that's the memento. It's called Dewdrop Memento Fade Resistant Dye Ink, and it's in Bahama Blue. And I get these at Joann when they have sales for like $1, so I got a couple of those. And then now I just pulled out my little wood veneer tray, and I'm just I got these arrows, which I'm going to place right there, and I got a little heart, which I'm going to place down at the bottom. And then these are Prima wood veneers, and I pulled that that little tag wood veneer, which just says our time, because it was our time. Family dinner was our time. And then I just added some of that blue ribbon, and I'm just going to place that up there. And then these are my homemade enamel dots, which I have to say, I mentioned in my haul video that I didn't have much luck with the ones I had purchased at Walmart, but I did purchase some at Michael's, and which are the perler beads, and those I had much better results with those. So I've been able to make some enamel dots. I haven't had too much time, so I have to go back and make some more, but I will be doing that soon. But at least I got a bunch done, and I just used them in that that pink color, which matches that paper behind the bottom photo. And I'm just gluing down. I'm using this Tombow mono liquid glue, which I just got a week ago at Michael's, and I am loving it. I've seen so many girls using this on YouTube, and I see why they use it, because it's great. I'm gonna have to see how it holds up and how it, if my wood veneer stays in place and all that. But what I've heard is nothing but good things. So hopefully I won't have any issues with it. I use it to glue down the wood veneer as well as those enamel dots. And I love that it has that thin tip, because I was struggling. I was using tacky glue, and I was just struggling with it because the tip was not so thin, so it just gets all over the place. So at this point, I'm looking at it, and I'm pretty happy with what it's looking like. I'm pretty happy with it, despite the fact that it's an 8.5 by 11. I'm really liking that, and I just used some washi tape to hold that ribbon down in the back. Just placing that other little scrap from which I got when I punched out that chevron down there. And I'm taking some of the other papers that I have, and I'm just punching out some circles. I'm just using a circle punch, and I'm going to place those right there where you see me putting them. And that's just to add a little bit more of the circle, because I did use a bunch of circles on the other layouts. And I'm just using some of that Recollections foam adhesive squares to pop that up a little bit. And then I'm taking some white acrylic paint, and I'm just gonna mix that with some water, and just do some splatters right where my enamel dots are, on the top and on the bottom. And I didn't get the right brush. I got a brush with a thicker tip, so my little splatters weren't as thin as I would have liked, but it's okay. I still like how it turned out, and I was okay with it. So it was okay. And I'm just testing out that brush to see how it splatters, and I knew it wasn't going to be as thin, but I was okay with it. I didn't want to go and get another brush. Just drawing that a little bit, and that's the finished layout. I do want to thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my video. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and again, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.